Hey y'all, I don't know what's going on today, but today is just feeling like overwhelmingly emotional. Spirit has been encouraging me to share my stories basically because they can possibly help somebody else, especially the fact that I have been to hell and back, honey, numerous times. And I still have my right frame of mind. I still look amazing. I'm looking younger and younger every day without makeup. I don't need makeup or hair weave to look good, honey. I'm just all natural, just me. Not hating on anybody else who does it. That's your thing. But I'm just all natural beauty here. Anyway, I just want to share basically, I guess I'll start with my kids, with my first set of twins. My ex-husband took my kids from me when they were 3 years old. We went battling back and forth to court for years and years. I literally had no help. I had family members come to court with me probably once or twice, throughout the whole thing. But inevitably, I ended up losing my kids anyway, and I had a nervous breakdown. I had my first nervous breakdown in 2003. And Brenda Joyce Williams, my lady, like that will always be my lady, she brought me out of it. She helped to guide me out of it and helped me to find my brain, find my mind. I was gone for a whole year. I woke up, I snapped out of it with my son tapping me on my knee, saying mama. And it was a year later. I had literally missed a whole year of my life, of my son's life. That was the first time. Yes, I was a teen mother. I had my son when I was 16 years old, but this was not a choice. This was because my mother, my birth mother, she owed a crack debt. And I was the payment, So for all of those people who always thought that, okay, Antoinette was just promiscuous and just fast and grown. No, that was not the case. Not at all. I was never a slut bucket, okay? The thing was that my mother owed a lot of crack debt. And I was already paid for before I even stepped my feet in West Oakland, unbeknownst to me. Moving on. So the breakdown with my kids, I finally got my mind back. I started doing a whole lot better. I ended up going back to school. I got my massage therapy. I got my CNA. I got my home health. I got my Section 8. So I was doing good, like living a good life. I ended up getting pregnant with my girls, Amaya and Anaya, my second set of twins. If people who know me, who they're me and Kevin. Those are me and Kevin's kids. And he was never there. He was never there for the girls. Never there for me either. He actually lived right across the street from me with his baby mama, Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Forgive me, Spirit. I'm just so messy still. I be trying, y'all. I'm spiritual. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Some things just, it's funny, okay? Anyway, he lived right across the street with his girlfriend, right across the street from his brand new kids, and he would never come and visit them, acted like they never even existed. And I had loved this man for so long, and it was only because I hadn't found the love for myself. I had no self-worth, no self-value. This man, him and my sister fucked in my house. You know what I'm saying? While I was in the hospital. So, and for me to accept him back, I didn't have no self-worth. I didn't care nothing about myself. I couldn't have possibly to accept that type of situation and then had another child, which I don't regret any of my kids, Spirit people. Don't get me wrong. I do not regret any of my babies. I love them from the tops of their head to the bottoms of their feet, okay? But, he wasn't there for Bunny either. He came to the hospital the day after she was born. He stayed for about a week and, basically that was it. He was in and out. He had been in and out of their lives like their whole life, The twins, honestly, they don't even really remember him coming to any events at school or anything. I had to remind them last night that he did come to a few, That's just goes to show you how much he was involved in their lives. But, I guess that heartbreak lasted for so long. Like that pain in me lasted for so long because I felt such a spiritual connection with Kevin. You know what I'm saying? And it was because later on I found out that basically it was how can I say it? The rejection. The rejection that he kept giving me. I guess that made me want him more. Some sick shit, right? But my mind wasn't healed. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't healed. I didn't know my value or my worth. You know, right now, today, he can touch me with a 10-foot pole, okay? Nobody else that I've never been with in the past either, okay? Let's remember that. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So, 2014, February 9th, 2014, my eldest brother was killed by the police. I was only witness. He was murdered inside of the car with me. They held guns to my head at the same time. They arrested me for accessory to murder. They said that I was not going to be able to receive a phone call or anything. I was in custody for 13 and a half hours without a phone call or anything. Nobody knew where I was. They didn't know if I was dead or alive. I was so calm at that point that I thought they were going to kill me too. So I just, calmed down. But after that, of course, the police always bothered me and antagonized me and bullied me. They would follow me around. They red flagged me. I couldn't get a place. I couldn't get a job. It was just horrible. So things just started getting worse and worse. It took a turn for the worse after that. My whole family turned on me like the plague. Which these were family members that I had already knew, I needed to had been removed myself away from because they never really cared about me in the first place. It was only to use me for whatever they could possibly, it was always with family members. For me, with my family members, it was always, if I don't have anything to offer you, then they don't have anything for me. You know what I'm saying? I have to come in giving and doing. Other than that, nobody wants to be bothered with me. You know what I'm saying? So basically it was I lived an entire life. I lived 44 years of my life with unrequited love from family members, from relationships, you know what I'm saying, from friendships. I've lived my entire life receiving unrequited love, and it sucked ass, okay? So in, 2018, Jamal was killed and Donisha was shot. All of you guys, I'm pretty sure you know about that. That's my younger brother. He was killed in 2018 in front of his job, and my little sister was shot at his repast. So after that, it was just I couldn't take it anymore. I had got back on, I started snorting powder a lot. I started doing ecstasy again a lot. I started drinking a lot. I didn't care about myself. I look at past pictures of me, I looked fucked up. I looked horrible, and I felt just as bad. So I said, something has to give. I got to get up out of this because I'm around a whole bunch of people who don't give a fuck about me. They're literally talking about me like a dog in my face, talking about my kids like a dog in my face. These are my family members now. These are family members that I have let into my house and fed and clothed and given everything to. These are friends that I have let in my house and fed and clothed and given everything to. At the end of the day, when it came down to me needing help from anybody, there was none there. There was absolutely no help there. So I had ended up linking back up with an old friend of mine that I had knew from, I'll say, about 25, maybe 30 years prior. And when I came to Georgia, I came into Georgia into an unrequited love relationship. I came out here thinking that things were going to be different, and, but this person didn't love me. He only saw me as a dollar sign. You know what I'm saying? When I see him right now today, he still looks at me like I'm made of money, like I'm just money. Basically, give me what you got. I haven't, as of today, I have not had a requited love in my life, and that's fucked up. But at the end of the day, I didn't love myself, so I was looking for love from people who were incapable of loving me or even loving themselves, because I had to think back, these people that I was dating and with prior, they didn't love themselves because they were settling for people that were so lower than them. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't possibly love themselves. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm all caught up with everything now. I came out here and I was doing great. Everything was going great. And then I decided that I didn't want to be with this man anymore. So here comes the police pulling me over every other day. I've been to jail. I have a DUI on my record, and I don't even drink. I don't even drink, literally. I have a DUI, a reckless endangerment, all type of shit. $210,000 they're telling me to get my license back in Georgia because of these charges. But when I had went to court, This situation occurred when me and my ex were together on the 4th, on Juneteenth of last year, I do believe it was. And he wanted me to pick him up because he had been drinking, and I knew I should have said no. I regret that till this day. I really do. I regret it entirely. But at the end of the day, I realized that it had to be done because that was the only way I was going to be able to expose this person for exactly who he was. This man has been trying to sabotage my entire life. Everything that I try to do or, be better and stuff like that, he tries to sabotage it. Why? Because I no longer want him. Why? Because I will no longer allow myself to be used. Why? Because I will not allow myself to be in an unrequited love situation. Why? Because I love the fuck out of me and he does not deserve my breath. You know what I'm saying? So this person this person is really, really sick. And I didn't realize that I was always ending up with a fucking narcissist, And, yeah, that's where I'm at now. But I still feel great. I still look great. I'm looking better every single day. I feel better every single day. I'm not going to give up regardless to who's against me. I know that I have an entire universe that's for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to be so mad, fuck, why these people don't love me? Why my family don't love me? Why my friends don't love me? Why this man don't love me? Bitch, you didn't love yourself. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, forgive me, spirit. That old person just popped back in. But I didn't love myself, so that's why. I was ending up in those type of situations. I had to realize that I was trying to fit myself into my family, and I never fit in. You know what I'm saying? I never fit in with my family. I'm totally different from all of my family members. I have not met a family member yet that is anything like me, that we have absolutely everything in common. And you know what I'm saying? We're both strange and everything else. I've never met a family member like that yet. And me, I was continuously trying to push myself into people's lives because they were my family or because I've known them for a long time and, they were great friends and everything. Where's Bunny?
She's still laying on the floor. I didn't know if she was coming or not.
And it took me to value myself to realize that. It took a long time, but now I realize it. And now I know that the love I deserve is a love just like mine. You know what I'm saying? If the love is not reciprocal, and that means platonic, that means family, friendship, significant others, etc. It doesn't matter who it is. If the love is not requited, if I don't feel like you have the same sincerity or concern about my life as I do about yours, then we don't have anything to discuss. We don't have no need to even be around each other or communicate or anything, But like I said prior, Spirit has been urging me to, I guess, get some stories out there, and basically it might help somebody else. I don't know. I'm a Cancer sun rising, Sagittarius moon. I've dated a lot of Capricorn rising, so I believe Capricorn is not for us. Anyway, I love you guys. Love and life.